So welcome student for this lecture on grinding. So in this lecture we will study the introduction of the grinding, then different kinds of grinding and various grinding machine and the processes of grinding. So grinding, it is a metal cutting process. It is performed by rotating the abrasive wheel against the workpiece. So when the abrasive wheel touches the workpiece, it will remove the material in the form of the chips from the workpiece. In a grinding process, the very small amount of material is removed, 0.25 mm to 0.5 mm. So grinding you can refer as a finishing operation also in many metal cutting operation. Actually, grinding wheel is a bonded abrasive wheel. You can use any abrasive powder as a bonding powder for manufacturing of the grinding wheel. And this selection of the abrasive powder for this grinding wheel depends on what type of material we are machining. So basically, in the grinding, we have two types of abrasive material which are widely used. First is silicon carbide abrasive, and second is aluminum oxide abrasive. Silicon carbide abrasives are more hardness as compared to the aluminum oxide abrasive. So both are having some advantages and disadvantages as per their application. When we move the grinding wheel with the high RPM, there is a strong friction between the two, and the chips will be removed in the red hot manner. You can see when there is a contact between the tool and the workpiece, the chips will get removed in the red hot manner from the workpiece, which is nothing but the removal of the material by the grinding process. So let's have the examples of grinding. What are the different examples of grinding? So grinding is used for sharpening of the tool. So generally in the machine shop, when the tool becomes blunt or it is not able to cut, the grinding wheel is used for sharpening of the turning tool. So this is most widely used operation by the grinding wheel. Then sharpening of the milling cutter. Again, when the milling cutter becomes blunt, we can use the grinding wheel for this sharpening of the milling cutter. Then deburring of a lever. So this lever can be deburred with the help of the grinding wheel. Cylindrical grinding also. So external cylindrical grinding is shown here. So that can be done. We can have the internal cylindrical grinding also. You can see here the internal cylindrical grinding of a bush. So both external and internal cylindrical grinding can be done with this process. Then surface grinding also. So surface grinding. So wide examples are there. So grinding is a very popular process in industry because of its wide application, and it is used in wide range of applications for grinding the workpiece. We have two kinds of grinding. The first is your rough grinding, or it is also called as a non-precision grinding, and then second is a precision grinding, or it is also called as a finish grinding. So we'll see just basic of the precision grinding first. Now this is a precision grinding, or it is also called as finish grinding. You can see this one is a first one is a external cylindrical grinding, this one is a internal cylindrical grinding, and this one is a surface grinding. So these are very popular material removal process, or it is a finishing process for the workpiece from the grinding process. Now let's see the classifications of the grinding machine. So we have different types of grinder. Let's see first the rough grinding machine or the rough grinder. The first one is a floor stand and the bench grinder. The small size grinding machine mounted on the bench is known as a bench grinder, and the relatively larger grinding machine which is mounted on a base is called as a floor stand grinder. So it is also widely used in the shop floor of the machine shop. Then we have the portable and flexible shaft grinder. Now this portable grinder machine is very handy for cleaning of the casting, for welded works, for sheet metal works, for rough works, etc. So you can easily carry the grinder from one place to the another place, and you can have the grinding operation very easily. So that's why it is called as a portable grinding machine. Now second is a flexible shaft grinder. Now you can see that the long flexible shaft is attached, and at the end of the shaft we have the grinder or grinding wheel is attached. Now the areas which are very difficult to assess, so this can be grinded very easily with the help of this flexible shaft grinder. So because of this you can easily assess the intricate shapes or difficult to grind areas with the help of this. So this will have the advantage for grinding of these shapes for the workpiece. Then we have swing frame grinder. Now in this case we have about 3 meter long horizontal frame which is suspended on its center so as to move freely within the area of the operation. So this will again give the advantage of this complete area can be grinded with the help of this swing frame grinder which is attached to the frame with the help of the hook. Okay. So around 3 meter of the area can be covered with the help of this swing frame grinder. Then we have abrasive belt grinder. Now in this abrasive belt grinder, the work may be fed against the open belt. So this belt is moving continuously over the bed. So this work you are feeding against the open belt to grind the various curved and the flat surfaces. We may use the dry belt or the wet belt or the combination of the two for removing the large amount of material from the workpiece. So workpiece is held against this moving abrasive belt, and finishing operation or machining operation will be done by holding the work against this moving belt, abrasive belt. Then we have the cylindrical grinding. In cylindrical grinding, these machines are used for grinding the various external surfaces such as cylindrical surfaces. We have contoured cylinders, we have tapers, shoulders. So different shapes can be grinded with the help of this cylindrical grinding, and this is a very popular machine in the shop floor for grinding operation. Then we have plunge grinding. Now plunge grinding, it is a form of outside diameter grinding or OD grinding we can say. However, the major difference is that the grinding wheel makes continuous contact with the single point of the object instead of traversing the object. So there will be a single point contact, and you can grind at the single point contact. You can see at this place. Okay. So different single points contact can be grinded. So this is again another place. Okay. So this can be grinded with the help of the grinding wheel. So by using the single point contact, we are grinding. Then we have centerless grinding. Now you can see in the what is the centerless grinding. In centerless grinding, the work is not secured between centers or in a chuck or in any type of fixture, but the workpiece is supported by using two wheels and a one work rest is used. Okay. The larger wheel is a grinding wheel. You can see number one, larger wheel is a grinding wheel, and the smaller one is the regulating wheel, number three. So smaller one is the regulating wheel, and this one is the work rest. Number 4, work rest is there, and number 2 is the workpiece. Okay. Regulating wheel is also called as a pressure wheel. Regulating wheel is having same direction of rotation as the grinding wheel. Okay. And the feed is given to the workpiece, and as the feed is given, longitudinal feed is given, the workpiece will be grinded between the two. So this one is the grinding wheel and this one is the regulating wheel. Okay, and supporting rest is provided in the centerless grinding. Now you can see that in another picture, what is the centerless grinding. So larger one is a regulating wheel, this one is a grinding wheel, then second is a regulating wheel, and the support is there, and the workpiece we are machining. Okay, this is also shown in the figure. So this is what your centerless grinding. So work is not secured between the centers. Instead of that, we are using the two wheels, grinding wheel and regulating wheel, and in between that we are holding the workpiece for grinding operation. Then we have internal checking grinding, or it is internal grinding. We can see that it is the grinding of internal shapes or inside diameter that can be grinded. So these also find wide application in internal grinding of the internal OD or cylinders. Then we have internal centerless grinding. So again, in internal centerless grinding we have three rollers. Now first one is a pressure roll, then regulating roll is there, and then we have the supporting roll. Okay. Number two is the workpiece, and we are grinding this with the help of the grinding internal grinder. Okay. So three rollers are used here to support the workpiece and to drive the workpiece in the internal centerless grinding. Then we have the surface grinders. No doubt in the surface grinder we are grinding the external surfaces with the help of this surface grinder. So in the figure we can see that different types of surface grinders are there. We can grind number of workpieces at a time with the help of this surface grinder. Okay. So it may be again having the horizontal axis surface grinder or vertical axis surface grinder. So both the surface grinders can be used as per the requirement or as per the application. Then we have the tool and cutter grinders. For grinding of the tools or cutters we are using these grinders, so that's why it is called tool and cutter grinders. It is just like the bench grinder. You can see here it is just like a bench grinder. So in machine shop, for grinding the tool or for sharpening of the tool, we are using this tool grinder. This one is the for milling cutter. So sharpening of the milling cutting edges or the cutter edges, we are using this grinder. So that's why it is called cutter grinder. Then also we have special types of grinding machine. So these special types of grinding machine, first one is your thread grinding machine. So external threads can be grinded with the help of this profile grinder. So the profile of the grinder will match with the profile of the threads, and we can grind the threads very easily with the help of this grinder. So it is a special type of grinder we are using for thread grinding. Then we have way grinding. Way grinding is nothing but your guide ways. The guide ways of the machine can be grinded with the help of this grinding. So that's why it is called way grinding. So you can see the axis is adjusted in such a way that the grinding will get automatically adjusted with the weights or guide weights, and you can grind the guide weights of the machine very easily. So that's why it is called way grinding. So students, we have seen in this lecture what is a grinding machine, then different kinds of grinding machine, and what are the different machines for grinding. So grinding is a very important process. It is basically used as a finishing process of the material, and very small amount of material is removed in case of a grinding. If you compare the grinding with the lathe machine or milling machine or drilling machine, in this case the amount of material removed is very small. About 0.25 mm to 0.5 mm material is removed in this grinding operation. Thank you.